future then. So what technology innovations are you curious about or excited about right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've touched a bit already on the democratization to barriers to code, which I think is really interesting as a trend. And it's a repeated pattern that we've seen a number of times with technology in general. Like if you 30 years ago, you have the guy who can use the computer in the office, because it probably was a guy as well, and that was the barrier. You think back 20 years, and it's like, okay, there is a guy who can make the model in Excel, which you're using. You think back 10 years, and it's like, okay, there is a person who can construct a website or build a database. And slowly, each of these pieces are being kind of broken down, and you're now getting to the stage where actually give it a few years, and the barriers to kind of create something fairly dramatic will be significantly lowered. And I'd like to hope that that's paired with an education system which prepares people to use those tools effectively, fingers crossed, which really speaks to this kind of democratization of kind of the tools which have historically been the playground of a very small group of people. So whether that be machine learning platforms we discussed before, like TensorFlow, it's pretty exciting. Whether that be the platforms which allow you to productionize code and productionize data science platforms like SageMaker with Amazon. Whether that be even on the very, very front consumer side, like the explosion of Squarespace in creating kind of beautiful front ends for people's projects, or anything in between. All of these speak to kind of breaking down the historic barriers and kind of creating a much more open future where anyone can build anything.